Greetings, my brothers. This is Sean Blazington with your daily news, and I'm here to explain to you guys that the Clippers and the Pistons are the same organization. You can check out this full article at seanblazington.me. I'm going to be showing you guys the parallel lines between these two organizations because they are the same organization. I'm going to break everything down for you right now. Without further ado, let's get into this article.
Every team in the NBA doesn't have individual owners like most would assume. Actually, there's a small core of individuals that own two or more teams, and this is why some NBA franchises are so similar.
Have you ever wondered why it's so easy for certain teams to make deals with certain teams? The reason why it's so easy is because most of these teams have the same owner. It's easy for the Lakers to make a trade with the Cavaliers because they have the same owner. The same way it's easy for the Thunder to make trades with the Warriors because they have the same owner.
Recently, Blake Griffin was traded from the Clippers to the Pistons, and this shocked the world because a few months earlier, the Clippers had a ceremony for Blake telling him that he would be a Clipper for life.
People make it seem as if the Clippers betrayed Blake Griffin, but the truth is they did not lie to this man. He will be a Clipper for life because all the Detroit Pistons is an East Coast version of the Clippers organization. They are one and the same. They have the same owner, and although Blake is playing in another state, essentially he's playing with the same team.
What people don't understand is that Blake was never traded from the Clippers because the Pistons and the Clippers are the same team. This is why the Clippers share an arena with the Lakers because they own the Little Caesars Arena already.
Now ask yourself this question. Why do the Clippers don't have their own arena? Why do they have to share an arena with the Lakers? What billionaire you know that have to share anything with anybody? I know broke people that don't even like to share. The truth is the Clippers do own their own arena, but it's in Detroit and it's called the Little Caesars Arena.
Billionaire and super racist Donald Sterling was exposed by one of his concubines for being a flat-out racist, which wasn't a surprise to the people around the league, but the general public was flabbergasted.
The reason why people were so shocked that Donald Sterling was a racist is because how can you be a racist but you like a whole lot of ass? Donald Sterling has the same taste in women as a black man, but he doesn't like black men because he's a flat-out racist. And this is the reason why he owned the Little Caesars Arena, because he knows chicken heads love Little Caesars. Not only is he the owner of the Clippers, he's also the owner of the Detroit Pistons, and he's also the owner of the Little Caesars franchises, and this is how he fattened his women up. This woman right here is full of those breadsticks, and Donald Sterling is loving every minute of it. This man would never step down as the owner of the Clippers because of some racist remarks he made about black people.
Donald Sterling stepping down as the CEO of the Clippers was all staged to make black people feel important in an organization that thrives off of black labor.
Adam Silver wants you to believe that he got rid of Donald Sterling because he's a racist. Well, if that's the case, 90% of the CEOs in America need to be in an unemployment line right now, including the black ones. America was built on racism, and who's to say the new owner of the Clippers isn't a racist? The fact of the matter is, Donald Sterling is still the owner of the Clippers, and he's also the owner and CEO of the Detroit Pistons.
Not only is Donald still the owner of the Clippers, he's also the owner of the Pistons, and this explains why Chris Paul turned down millions of dollars when he found out that Donald Sterling was still his master.
We're going to have to take a closer look at our African American basketball players because these guys get paid millions of dollars to play basketball, but they're not allowed to spend their money the way they want to spend it. Of course, they can buy nice cars, houses, clothes, and jewelry, but they're not allowed to help their communities. They're not allowed to give money to black causes. Of course, they can donate money to some children's fund or go hang out with some disabled children and things like that. And this is why they have the NBA Cares. It's not only that they're allowed to participate in this, but they are mandated to be a part of the NBA Cares. It's not that they really care. They have no other choice but to be there. And believe you me, DeAndre Jordan would rather be anywhere in the world right now. He would rather be in a strip club instead of in that hot, funky classroom with those kids. He's a grown man. They got him glittering and cutting out bunnies, and they treat these NBA players like Easter bunnies. They pop up on your kids and let your kids pet all over them. And notice you never see NBA cares in the ghetto. That's because they're not allowed to go to the ghetto. They're not allowed to spend their money in the ghetto. These black athletes can't spend their money the way they want to spend it because it's simply not their money.
If you take a close look at these two franchises, you will see many of similarities. DeAndre Drummond and DeAndre Jordan are twins, and this is why they play on the same team.
These are actual factual documentations. Both of these teams mirror each other in similar ways. Not only do they wear the red, white, and blue in the same fashion, but DeAndre Jordan and DeAndre Drummond are actual twins, and they play on the same team together. It says here in my documentations they both wanted to play for the Clippers, but that would have caused a lot of confusion on the court and in the locker room, but they still play on the same team. It's just one plays in California and the other one plays in Detroit.
Both teams don the red, white, and blue in the same fashion. The Pistons stand for the pistol, and the Clippers represent the clip that goes into the pistol. You can't have one without the other, and this is why these teams are the same and have the same owners.
When you put the Clippers and the Pistons together, you get an automatic weapon with a full clip. And this isn't the only team that's paired together and have the same owners. The same person that owns the Miami Heat is the same person that owns the Phoenix Suns. And when you put the Heat with the Suns, you have a hot sunny day. This is all astrological and metaphysical. There is a deeper science going on that the general public doesn't understand. They don't understand that these teams, when they're combined, they have secret meanings that you wouldn't even know existed. But this is why I'm here to open your eyes, because you guys been blind for too long. Blake Griffin never got traded. He's still with the Clippers, although he's with the Pistons, but the Clippers and the Pistons is the same team because when you put the clips with the pistol, you get Blake Griffin. But anyways, I gotta get going. I would love it if you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, show me some love. Don't forget to leave a comment. This is your boy Sean Blaze. I'm out.
Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day when I first fell in love with my documentations. We was at the library, she was eating strawberries, had her hair in a twist, and I was lonely as shit. She had on all black with her hand balled in a fist, and I was looking real sad, and she had books in her bag. When she smiled at me, I damn near fainted, cause I knew I was in love with the documentations. Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day when I first fell in love with my documentations. I was wearing overalls, y'all call them suspenders. I was headed to KFC to get some chicken tenders. Then I saw her at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop. I had to grab my chest, I thought my heart was about to stop. But that's when all my problems stopped. She gave me her phone number, then invited your boy over for dinner. Sitting across the table, I was looking at her and she was looking at me, and we had knowledge to eat. She was the real deal, she wasn't no faker. She predicted Isaiah Thomas going to the Lakers. Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day when I first fell in love with my documentation. She be all on my mind because she always so fine. When I be looking for her, she be always online. And I like her cause she got a lot of back like a backpack. Baby got more dunks than a Shack Attack. She from Alabama in fact, but she in Alabama. She got me on my computer in my pajamas, researching documents from here to Indiana. Ignorant can't stand her. She told me she loved me, told her I love you when she gave me the docs. And when she gave me the docs, that's when I opened her box. Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day when I first fell in love with my documentation. Sean Blaze, aka Soul Brother #1, cause I be doing the most and I be proving the most. Subscribe to the channel, that's for you and your folks. In case you didn't know, I give you the info. You see, my tentacles connect, and that is a fact because the facts keep coming out of my neck. What you know about LeBron James going out with Holly Berry? I give you real facts even though they kinda scary. I might just conquer the world. What you know about Steph Curry being on top of your main girl? You really can't handle the truth. I fell in love with the documentations when I was just a youth. Now I understand and overstand the main plan.